the plot thickens. Former President Donald Trump has lost all 5 of his impeachment lawyers. Legal experts don't know what happens next. What's going to happen? It's your man, Don McKay, in here, of course. RadioFire.com, the Don McKay Show.com. Thank you for joining me. It's the Don McKay Show, brought to you by Radio on Fire. Get breaking news, entertainment, original programs, and progressive coverage for and by the people. Visit RadioOnFire.com. Your man, Don McKay. I am here 7 p.m. daily for the program. Visit us on Facebook at Radio on Fire or the Don McKay Show on Facebook. I am delivering the biggest political news stories of the day daily with interviews, original reporting from across America. And I cut through the foolishness to tell you what's really happening. Real news every day. Former President Donald Trump, just over a week until the start of his second impeachment trial. The former president is having difficulties even keeping legal representation. Wow. I mean, 5 of Donald Trump's impeachment defense team attorneys have stepped aside. It's just a little bit more than a week until the Senate is going to begin its trial. Wow. I mean, this is just a debacle. But it's no surprise considering who we are talking about. This is a very dynamic development in this second impeachment trial of Donald Trump. Very, I mean, just the legal briefs due next week. Trial set to begin just days later. Trump is still clinging to the election fraud charade, the lies, and now he finds himself without representation. So CNN reported that Trump wanted the attorneys to argue there was mass election fraud and the election was stolen from him, rather than focus on the legality of convicting a president after he's left office. The attorneys want to go with the latter strategy, of course, not this whole charade of election fraud. So Trump, of course, holding on to this lie that got him just in so much. I mean, people don't even take him seriously anymore. I mean, he is not he's not in a good space. The hotels, the brand name Trump. I mean, just so much. But the former president, not receptive to the discussions of how they should proceed. And, you know, he's got to be an attorney's worst nightmare. There are a few things that can lead experienced defense counsel to just quit on the eve of the trial. I mean, you have to be a really, really bad client. One thing is when a client forces or attempts to force you to lie. None of these attorneys want to get up here and talk about this lie that Trump and his supporters have been holding on to. Trump must have been demanding craziness and not paying. Let's not forget who we're talking about. We're talking about slick and slippery Donald Trump. It is no one wants to represent this guy. Now, Trump can always choose to represent himself. He feels that he knows what's best. That would be great for ratings. I'm sure that America would tune in to see that train wreck. And a train wreck it would be if Donald Trump defends himself at the impeachment trial. You know how you've seen like on the TV shows one of those insane defends himself. Can you imagine how, I would love to see him try to do it, but it would be a disaster. But he may want to save money on attorneys, and no one's going to take it where he's going to take it. So this bombshell that all 5 of his impeachment attorneys just gone. Poof. I mean, this is mystifying. But I mean, I'm laughing, but it's possible that he could represent himself. It is definitely an option. But like I said, self-representation would be great for ratings. But it's not going to look good if Trump represents himself. The fallout of that would be enormous. Now, I've been seeing on Twitter some of the president's supporters, some Republicans, talking about the amount of executive orders that President Biden has been doing. And many of these are to undo craziness that the former administration allowed to happen, Donald Trump's craziness. But just to make sure people understand, Donald Trump in 2020 published 69 executive orders from EO 13902 through EO 13970. So let's not get all crazy talking about the amount of executive orders that President Biden is publishing. Donald Trump published many, many more. And these executive orders, for the most part, are trying to protect the American people from the chicanery that was Donald Trump. So, just tuning in. We're talking about Donald Trump parting with his impeachment attorneys a week and some change before this historic trial. So it is a mutual decision. They want to get out of there, and he doesn't want them out of there. They got a difference of opinion with regards to the direction of the case. So Trump has really been struggling to find an attorney that will defend him. I mean, who wants this case, really? He's set to stand trial the week of February the 8th on a charge that he incited his supporters to storm Congress before President Joe Biden's inauguration in an attempt to halt the peaceful transfer of power. This is something like treason. It's not the charge, but it just seems very close to that. So CNN, as I said, was the first to report the departure of the attorneys. And while Republicans in D.C. seem eager to part ways with Trump after the deadly events of January the 6th, they have since fell back, eased back from those criticisms, and they are scared of former president's loyal voter base. Just scared and shook. So they seem to flip-flop. This is one of the things that people don't like about politics. People say one thing and then turn around and do something else. But that is what Republicans are doing. So we're going to continue to follow this case. And do you think that former President Trump, should defend himself? Should he get Rudy Giuliani? What should he do? What's going to happen here? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, TikTok, at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire. I am here daily delivering the biggest political news stories of the day with interviews and original reporting from across America, cutting through the foolishness to tell you what's really happening. Real news every night. And of course, Radio on Fire is a listener-supported radio and podcast network streaming from our production facilities in Atlanta and Baltimore. We are able to bring you programs like The Diamond K Show because of our listeners and some amazing partners like DLifestyleSecrets.com. Are you a baby boomer? Were you born between 1946 and 1964? Well, more than 71 million Americans are baby boomers. And as you continue to age, the goal is to experience as few aches and pains as possible while staying mobile. Now, DLifestyleSecrets.com helps you do just that by providing a blueprint to reduce and or eliminate joint pain by teaching its members to communicate naturally with their bodies. DLifestyleSecrets.com gives baby boomers step-by-step videos, natural recipes, and most importantly, the motivation to continue to re-energize themselves naturally. Visit DLifestyleSecrets.com to join this active community of baby boomers today. And I encourage you to shop with all of the companies that support RadioOnFire.com. Here's another amazing company in the Black community. We always talk about building generational wealth. So, how do we do it? How do we build generational wealth? For starters, it is essential to do business with our community. Black Mompreneur Directory connects you to Black mom-owned businesses in more than 23 categories, including consulting, health, beauty, food, and home decor, just to name a few. If you're looking to buy a product or hire someone for a service, visit blackmombiz.com. Search their national listings to find a Black mompreneur online or near you today. That's blackmombiz.com. Again, blackmombiz.com. Tell them Radio on Fire sent you. And if you want to advertise something on the Diamond K Show, djdiamondk@gmail.com is where you go. On Cash App, you want to support the show, $DJ Diamond K, and on PayPal, djdiamondk@gmail.com. I will be back later on today. Thanks for listening and tuning in. It's the Radio on Fire News Network,